Hello, my name is Alexis Correira. I'm a PhD student at Kansas State University in the Department of Agronomy, and today I'm going to be sharing with you some preliminary results from my research looking at the effects of cover crops on soil moisture retention and yield on farm sites right here in Kansas. So as a small introduction, cover crops are typically planted between growing seasons, either to prevent soil loss, or some people use them for weed control. But the use that we're interested in is improving soil moisture retention after rain events. Kansas is part of a multi-state project looking at the effect of cover crops on soil moisture retention. And I'll just be presenting to you the first year's results from a 3-year study. The study is still ongoing. We are approaching our final year soon. So for my methods, these 4 on-farm sites were established in 2020 in New Strawn, Westmoreland, Junction City, and Mound Ridge. So mostly central and eastern Kansas. The cover crop selection was farmer's choice for each farm, and each site had 2 reps each of cover crop strips and bare strips. And in each strip, we installed water sensors at 3 different depths, and those took moisture readings every 15 minutes throughout the entire growing season. We also calculated yield at the end of the season for each individual strip. For results, I've selected these 2 sites because they have the most complete data set for the month of August, which is a very important time in the growing season. And this is also for the only the 15 centimeter soil moisture, because this is where we see the most change in after rain events. So on the y-axis here, we have volumetric water content, and on the x-axis here, we have date. So as you can see, this is just for the month of August, so we start on the 1st and on the 31st. In Westmoreland, we can see the cover crop treatment moistures here in green. After a rainfall event, it appears that the cover crop strips retain more moisture for a longer period of time than the bare strips, which seem to drain out or dry out a little bit faster. However, in Mound Ridge, we see the opposite effect, where the bare strips are outperforming the cover crop strips. And we hypothesized that this may have something to do with the cover crop biomass. Westmoreland had a lot more, had more cover crop biomass than Mound Ridge. As you can see down in table 1, they had 2.1 tons per acre, and in Mound Ridge, they had 1.7 tons per acre. Now, looking at yield, we did not, while all the sites with soybeans had lower yields in the cover crop plots, these were not significantly lower yields. We did not see a significantly different yields in either site. But in Junction City, where we grew corn this year, or where the producer grew corn that year, we actually did see a significant difference between the cover crop strips and the bare strips. The bare strips outperformed the cover crop strips significantly. In Junction City, they grew cereal rye as one of their cover crops. And we think that maybe the cereal rye immobilized some of the nitrogen that would have otherwise been available for the corn, causing these reduced yields in the cover crop strips. So to wrap it all up, cover crops seem to have potential to improve moisture in the soils, but not in every site. They may not be appropriate for every situation. And regarding yields, they do not appear to have a significant effect on soybean yields, but there may be an effect on corn yields depending on your cover crop selection. More years of data are necessary to truly evaluate the effect of different cover crop management on yields and on soil moisture. And with that, thank you so much for your time. I would just like to say that this work is funded by a USDA NIFA grant, and this big multi-state project we are a part of is Precision Sustainable Agriculture, headed by North Carolina State University. Thank you so much.